Pregnancy is a time when women need care, safety, and support. But for many women, especially in prisons, pregnancy becomes a time of terror, fear, neglect, and suffering. Pregnant women prisoners often face poor medical care, lack of dignity, and violation of their basic human rights. A very good morning to all present here. I am Stephen, the host of this podcast. Today, we will be talking about pregnancy related violence from a human rights perspective with a special focus on pregnant women in prisons. To understand this issue clear in a multi perspective thing, we have Dr. Supriya Ann, who has done a PhD in human rights of women prisoners. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you for having me here.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, the first question I want to put forth for you is what do you mean by pregnancy related violence, especially in context of women in prison?
Yes, so I'll start with laws relating to women prisoners
Okay.
in their tenure of pregnancy. So we have certain rules regarding women prisoners who are pregnant. Basically, to start with, we have certain nutrition aspects,
Okay.
certain sanitation aspects, and women prisoners, when during their pregnancy, they have certain times that they have to be visiting nearby government hospital.
Yes.
So there's basically one gynecologist which is present 24 hours round the clock
Okay.
inside the prison.
Okay.
So there is a hospital with proper beds
Okay.
and one gynecologist, women doctor present there. So everything is properly legally bound. So the thing happening is all what during my research what I found is
Yes.
all the rules were there. So all the rules were being updated also.
Okay.
The only thing which was lacking is the implementation part.
Very true.
So what is happening is all the laws which includes basic regular checkups
Yeah.
and regular checkups inside the hospital
Yes.
and outside the hospital, which is basical regular checkups regarding nearest government hospital. So what happens is women prisoners who are pregnant, they have to be taken to nearby government hospitals at
Hospitals.
regular intervals.
Okay.
So there is if you see, there is a checkups inside the inside the prison as well as outside the prison, and regular nutrition that have to be the amount of food or the proportion of food, the pulses, the protein, all the aspects of nutrition have to be
Focused
properly
on.
followed, and all these rules were there.
Okay.
So it is what is lacking is there was no implementation. So the research area which I've undertaken
Yes, ma'am.
actually lacks the infrastructure facilities. So
Okay.
what's the point of having rules if there is no proper
Implementation of the law.
implementation? As if in infrastructure, if I say, there's no proper hospital, women hospital inside the prison.
Okay.
So despite having rules that proper bedding have to be provided
Yes, ma'am.
and proper equipment, medical equipment regarding women prisoners have to be provided,
Okay.
all the medical equipments and even medicines
Okay.
and the gynecologist
Okay, ma'am.
and the checkups.
Fine.
So all these implementations
So
were
all
lacking.
these laws were there, but
Yes,
the implementation part is not being set up still. That is the point.
yes,
So
it
basically,
needs to
right to
be.
bedding, right to nutrition, right to checkup. So these are the points to summarize. Okay,
Yes.
ma'am. Now, why are pregnant women in prisons more vulnerable to violence or mistreatment, do you think, ma'am,
Uh,
comparatively?
it actually started with the case of Sheila Base versus state of Maharashtra. So that
Okay.
was quite the benchmark case,
Okay.
which actually showed to the world that even women prisoners face exploitation.
Oh, okay.
So that was a case wherein uh, a journalist
Hmm.
went to the prison, and she somehow came to learn that came to know that women prisoners were being exploited by the male prisoners.
Okay.
So it was a context back then.
Yes. Okay.
So exploitation, as if we say women prisoners, so if we say exploitation might come from the male wardens or as
Okay.
such. So but that case was up till 2014, because after that only women prisoners were actually being supervised by
Women
women
only.
wardens only.
Okay, ma'am.
So that was as if sexual exploitation was not there as of now.
Okay,
But yes, it kind of reduced after the laws have been changed.
implemented.
Yes.
Ma'am, but there are so many cases we have seen, and is there chance of women, a women who's not pregnant or who's not married, to be harassed in a jail or to be harassed in prison by male wardens or female wardens or bullying?
Yeah.
Are all those set of things happening in a prison or jail, ma'am? Do you think it happens?
Yes, because right now, according to present context, only women police officers, I mean, prison officials will be taking care of the.
Okay,
Uh, so I can assure that as there is, of course, when people come together and people stay together, there will be working environment. Women prisoners will also be given work to do.
true,
So the environment consists of both the individuals.
true.
One side is prison officials, and so bullying and harassment will be there.
Okay,
But to actually consider this problem, actually tackle this problem, what is happening is as soon as the recruitment is done,
okay.
women prison officials will be given proper
Training.
training.
Okay,
So they've been getting that, and up to time, like after 2 3 years, they've been given the updation, and even the mental aspects were also being taught.
yes.
So because the main thing is the mental aspect, the thinking, they have to actually understand the thinking or mental capacity of the criminals there.
Okay.
So that's the most important thing, and they will be given the. But still, as we are humans, of course confrontations
There,
happen,
yes, it is
and
there.
then misappropriations happen. But yes, everything is to actually tackle this problem. uh, District legal state service authority, they every week they go and monitor the situation.
Okay,
So
okay.
the complaint mechanism towards the to
Mm.
tackle this problem is not actually through the prison officials, it is directly to the DLSA authorities or NGO people,
Okay,
or through the public interest litigations. So there is a one particular law or rule which states that a complaint box, autonomous complaint box, in every visible area inside the prison have to be installed.
oh,
So
that's
in every
nice.
prison that will be there.
I can give my grievance over there then.
Yes, so
Okay,
that will be completely autonomous, and it will be, the law also will be handled by the DLSA people only.
okay,
The advocates come in.
okay.
So complete monitoring, everyday monitoring of situations will be there.
Is it effective, ma'am?
Yes, yes, because
Okay,
it is completely autonomous and directly monitored by the DLSs.
okay, fine. So there's a transparency between
Yes,
the
yes.
jailers
Yeah,
and for the people, authorities.
yeah.
Okay, ma'am, now if you see, how does lack of privacy and dignity in prison affect the pregnant women mentally and emotionally? Because for a woman, when she's pregnant, of course, she expects her husband to be with her family to be with
Yes,
her.
yes.
And in Indian culture, pregnancy is especially celebrated as a very divine motherhood, right? So how do you think being in a prison or being in a jail affects the women mentally and physically?
Okay, so there are two laws. One
Okay,
benchmark law is Prisons Act of 1894,
okay,
which is quite actually an old law,
okay,
which is still being followed by all the prisons across India.
okay,
So even that law, as well as the latest law and amendment to the Prisons Act of 1894, which is Prisons Act of 2016, or
okay,
2023 Act was also there,
okay,
but that was not yet adopted by the Indian prison. So what they say is, they actually states that pregnant women prisoners will be given bail, a chance to parole or something,
okay, okay,
because the law itself states that the utmost priority should be given
okay,
to actually shift the women to her home,
okay. After the
either through
certain months.
parole or yes, yes,
Okay,
or even throughout the pregnancy.
okay, okay.
So certain laws were there.
Hmm.
So what happens is, in general, because every 2 weeks, according to the law, every woman prisoners will be getting a medical checkup.
Okay,
So there is no missing of any medical due
So
time period and
everybody
all.
is being taken care of
Yes, so
within a
as
period of
soon
time.
as it is detected that a woman prisoner is pregnant,
Okay.
arrangements will be made to send to a care home
Okay.
or to her home, or
Okay.
when it is like to last periods of last months of her pregnancy, she will be sent to home.
Okay.
And it is also stated that delivery should be, unless it is emergency, then only it will be like the delivery will be done inside the prison.
Oh, okay. So the
Or
delivery also is done inside the prison.
yes, there is proper
Hospital
medical,
setup.
yes, yes,
Okay.
but that is lacking.
Huh.
That is what I'm saying. And the thing is, the law is only stating that unless it is necessary, the women prisoners shouldn't be like put inside the prison or even
Okay.
sent to nearest government hospital. So
Okay.
law itself states that. So in
Okay.
90% of the cases, they will be sent back to
Okay.
homes, or if they do not have anybody to take care of her,
Yeah.
she will be sent to
Yeah.
care homes.
That
Yeah.
that was my next question. So,
Yeah.
for example, a woman who is pregnant and do not have her husband or her
Yes.
family, so once her delivery is done, she'll be sent back to an NGO,
Yeah.
and that arrangement will be done by the prisoners itself. I mean, the jail guards itself.
Yes, yes, yes. So the prison officials actually drop, so everything was legally bound.
Okay.
So how many prison officials have to be with her, how many prison officials have to accompany her,
Okay.
and they have to accompany in a proper vehicle, and nearby only they have to take.
Okay.
So the NGO or the government care home should be approximately like within 10 kilometers of the prison area,
Okay, fine. Within the jurisdiction of 10
within the
kilometer.
jurisdiction, and they will be accompanying her, and every 2-3 days they will be going and checking on her.
Okay.
So even the medical doctor, the gynecologist, which I just spoke, that she'll
About
be
it. Yeah, she'll be
placed
over there.
inside the prison, she will actually be monitoring her also. So
Oh,
that's the
nice.
reason they put in nearby jurisdiction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, are these laws or human rights guidelines in India that protect the rights of pregnant women prisoners? So, how do you correlate these laws and human rights together, ma'am?
Yes, it actually started with Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Okay.
So as soon as the UDHR, Universal Declaration, was formed
Okay.
or framed, India began adopting it.
Okay.
So we have the Human Rights Protection of Human Rights Act of 1993.
Okay.
We have Human Rights State Human Rights Commission and the
Yes.
National Human Rights Commission.
Yes.
So all these institutions and the law actually took all the spirit in word and in the spirit from the UDHR.
Okay.
So all the, I think 30 articles of the UDHR have been brought forth, and all the laws have been divided to suit our needs.
Okay.
So what I can say, there is, I think there is no such law directly relating to women
Okay.
prisoners'
Okay.
human rights.
Okay.
So, but we've derived and we've related,
Hmm.
and there are institutions like State Human Rights Commission which takes care of that.
Okay.
So there is no direct relation, but they are being ensured by the act and as well as the institution.
Okay. Ma'am, what about the people, or what about the prisoners, or the people who, the jail guards, ma'am?
Yes.
What about them? For example, of a harassment of a woman or a pregnant woman happens in a jail setup without the
Yes.
knowledge of the authorities. What are the penalties and what are the regulations or what are the laws can be enforced on these kind of people, do you think, ma'am?
Yes, they were actually harsh.
Okay.
So they will be penalized with both the jail term of
Okay.
strict jail term with 10 years of
Okay.
imprisonment, as well as the monetary payment,
So both,
monetary
okay, both will
penalization,
be
but
done.
they were actually quite strict.
Okay.
So once if the what do we say, prison management, generally in states what happens is, there is a prison department.
Okay.
So there is superintendent of jail.
Okay.
So direct involving of superintendent of jail in these cases will is the actual rule,
Okay.
and that is happening in practice also.
Okay.
So the person or the main warden, who is a woman, will be taking care of that.
Okay.
So the initial, from the investigation and the police procedures, so everything will be taken care of, and they will be actually penalized.
Okay.
And they will be, it is almost like similar, within 24 hours they will have to be produced before the magistrate. So it is almost similar, but a harsh penalized way was there.
Okay. Ma'am, what do you think, like, according to you, what is your opinion as as you have a doctorate in human rights, especially in women prisoners? In the case of Rajakanu versus State of Tamil Nadu, there's a movie also released called Jai Bhim. I think you have watched.
Yes.
What do you think there? It is, the victim itself tells that, she's been harassed a lot. So she has been harassed by the police members. So, what is your opinion? Do you think the implementation of the law by the executive is not done, or is the problem with the legislature who is making the laws, or is it people who are ignorant of their laws? So, in which ambit can we can put into this context? What do you think, ma'am?
I think times have now changed. Let's be positive about
Okay.
people being not ignorant.
Okay.
They were
Yes.
actually being educated.
True.
So the theme or the perspective have been changed,
Changed.
or
Yes,
at
I
least
agree.
people were getting educated.
I agree.
They were knowing what, because I remember one case, Husainara Katu. That case was also very.
Hmm.
It grabbed attention of many.
Okay.
So that the women there was not. The thing is, women have there is no provision as such that women have to be arrested and put in police custody during nights.
True. Yeah.
Yes, so she was put in, as well as her husband was brought, and due to such what do you say, violence that was put on them, the husband died.
Okay.
So it's almost the same similar
Almost the case is the
context.
same. Yeah.
So at that point of time, I think back 3 decades or 2 decades back, there that case was not known.
Okay.
But right now, I think people were knowing what is happening,
Yeah.
and they were actually raising their concerns. There
Yeah.
were platforms that were actually uh, making them raise the concern and bring it to other people also, and also take it to other people.
Okay.
So that was the context with the people. I think that indirectly changes the law also,
Okay, fine. So
because
the pressure of the public,
yes,
that is popular sovereignty, pressure of us will
yeah,
lead to change your telling.
change
Okay.
in law, but
Mm.
law as such were actually good.
Okay. Okay.
Because times were changing. The thing is, we've been told that we were only using the British rules and all,
Very
but
true.
no, times have changed.
Yeah.
The rules were changed, and rules were if strictly followed, there will not be any problem.
Okay.
So every 24 within 24 hours, they have to be produced
Okay, fine.
before the court.
Yeah.
There's no point of in this. See, the loopholes have to be made
I
strict.
agree.
That's it. The laws were good, but the loopholes that
So
were
the laws are
actually allowing.
stringent, but the
Yes.
problem here is implementation. How
Yeah.
far am I implementing the law? So it is in
Yes.
the part of implementation is the question.
Implementation also, as in such, was
Mm.
good, but deviation from the implementation, I can
Matters a
say,
lot. Okay,
is
fine.
actually creating the problem here. As
Okay.
well as, I think judiciary is the one, more than popular sovereignty or the legislature, because legislature needs attention and acceptance of many,
True.
because the time that it takes time. But
Okay,
the
fine.
judicial aspect, the activism that it has been showing, I think among the three, judiciary is playing the main role in updating and checking
Yeah.
what is happening, and then continuously monitoring the situations.
Okay.
I think yes.
Okay. Ma'am, after delivery, what challenges do women prisoners face regarding their health and newborn child?
According to the law, children up to age of 6 can be kept with the mother
Okay.
inside the prison.
Okay. Okay.
So one when it comes to nutrition or medical aspects of, whether it is physical or mental aspects of children, what I feel is, children, though they are kept inside the prison with their mothers until the age of 6,
Okay.
they do not know the world completely. They do not
Okay.
know the world at all,
Yes.
to say.
Yes.
So there will be proper creches inside the prison,
Okay.
with proper books, proper toys, and
Oh,
everything.
okay.
But there is no environment of growth.
Okay, fine.
So I can say that.
Hmm.
And they were completely isolated from the outside world. So the mental aspect of it was not at all being proper,
Okay.
properly implemented.
Okay,
And
ma'am.
the laws also were such.
Yeah. Okay.
So coming to the nutrition or medical aspects of women prisoners,
Okay.
right after, yes, the law says proper certain amount of nutrition have to be there,
Okay.
and every ounce is counted and be given.
Okay, fine,
So
ma'am.
whatever nutrition was there and proper medical checkups, and
Okay.
one again, if we like, we have to start again, we have to begin again from the starting where I spoke that medical facilities
All so
inside the prison
yeah.
was, yeah,
So they are safe. So kids are safe. So kids do get
yes,
their basic amenities
physical needs are met,
meant.
but
Okay.
mental
Yes,
needs
it
were
is not. Yeah.
not met,
Okay, ma'am.
yes.
To conclude, what do you think are what changes are currently needed in prison as well as in reality? What are the changes do you think is needed in the current scenario?
Yes, so I feel first and the most nearest thing that we can do is infrastructure.
Okay,
So
infrastructure.
infrastructure inside the prisons, basically, suppose the kind of infrastructure that right now that has been followed is one proper room
Okay.
accommodating 75 or 80 women prisoners, so in a
In a
small
room.
room, yes.
Oh, okay.
So we spoke about privacy and dignity,
Right to privacy.
and
Exactly.
I think women prisoners, regardless of whether she's pregnant or not,
Yeah.
I think even menstruating women prisoners have to get their privacy, and that
This
ultimately
even
leads
depicts the
to
health hygiene of a
everything,
women,
everything.
menstruating women.
So I think the nearest and the most impact, the change that will impact is the infrastructure have to be broadened.
Very good. Okay.
So that was the first
Okay.
thing that I can tell, and the next one is not just inside the prison, they have to be properly guided and be given skills.
Okay.
So basic skills like tailoring, soap making, all these things will be given, envelope making will be there.
So kind of
But
rehabilitation.
yes, but my question is, how much of these skills will actually be useful to the
Creating great
outside world?
impact.
Because envelope making, soap making and all can create a mere income.
I agree.
So I don't think
They can't
women
meet their
prisoner will
basic
only
necessities.
be at a normal stage in their life
Life.
to update
Okay.
their skills, the skills that have to be given, that should actually be given, the skills that are need of the hour,
Very
which
true.
is the demand in, which is in the demand in the, suppose they have to be taught basic computer skills.
I agree. For the real world.
Those were actually being implemented across few prisons also.
Okay.
And imagine certain that women prisoners with so much of skills that are actually
True.
in the
True.
demand in the market can come out and actually be
Made.
use
Okay, so ma'am, so you told about infrastructure and about basic skills to be done.
yes.
So ma'am, here to conclude, so we wrap up the session. Thank you so much for giving us a lot of insight. So in fact, pregnancy is a very divine thing in India.
Yes.
We treat pregnancy as a very, very divine thing, and we care, we give a lot of care. But women who are in prison especially go through a lot of they lack this kind of care, they lack
Yes.
this kind of love from their husband, and this is the time they expect their family to be with them. But in fact, you have highlighted how the government has given us these basic needs, and to meet the basic amenities, what are the provisions the law has given. Thank you so much, ma'am. I believe people who are viewing this podcast also would be enlightened, and even one change can serve the purpose of this communication. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We are pleasure having you here.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.